Hello, everyone, and welcome to the episode 90 of the Office Hours podcast. It's been quite a big break. It's been a long time. I think it's been like over a month
Yeah,
or even
been
more. Yeah,
been a minute,
it's
but there's
been
a
a,
good reason for that.
a
There's a
hot
good.
minute, but yeah, there is a good reason for it. I
Hmm.
mean, obviously, Mo knew ahead of time, but my daughter was born about a month ago, so I'm a brand new dad, and
Shout
I'm
out.
very excited about
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
So likely today's episode is gonna have nothing to do with technology whatsoever.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, that's kind of the reason why we haven't been putting up anything new. So these days I kind of have to snag the chances in a minute out of my day to get this going. So we hope you enjoy.
Yeah, yeah. How you feeling though? How you feeling?
I don't know. I feel like I'm living my best life right now.
Yeah.
I am super excited. Yeah, no, this
Okay.
is quite amazing. So, um, yeah, very, very happy. I mean, it is stressful, but I think it's entirely compensated by the
Hmm.
joy that it brings. So
Hmm.
I can't complain really. And
Yeah.
lack of sleep is definitely a thing, but it's, small price to pay.
Fair enough. But I mean, in the beginning, I think at some point you actually find like a balance. I imagine. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I think maybe it's gonna be a bit like when you change your time work hours, from like different time zones. Maybe at some point, I don't know if it's the same, if it's the same thing. I'm just
Uh,
assuming here. Is it? Is it?
Yeah,
Do you think so?
potentially. I mean, I'm on paternity leave right now, so
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't really
good.
been working, and I just keep extending it because like at first I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take like a couple of like however many weeks that I take. Like I'll take a couple of months off. That should be enough. Maybe not even that. It's like a month and a half. But then the whole thing kind of got shifted forward into the future because babies do that. They're like, due date? Psh, says who? They're like project managers. It's like, yeah, we have a due date, but that's kind of optional. So we're just gonna wing it. So she was late quite a bit, so I had to shift my leave a little bit, and then it was like, well, there's definitely not enough time because I gotta add some more time. So I added a little bit more, and now I want to add a little bit more as well.
Mm.
And so, but yeah, it's interesting because as they grow up, the patterns change. Like the first couple of weeks were like super easy. Well, not easy, easy, but like
Easy.
I wouldn't say easy, but it was kind of like the baby wakes up for like 10 minutes, eats, and goes back to sleep, and she like sleeps like 22 hours a day,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
So it's
Okay.
like
Yeah. Easy that way.
you put her
Okay.
somewhere and she's just there sleeping, and so no big deal. But now all that kind of starts shifting around, and she wakes up during the night and she wants to eat during the night, and it's like them's the breaks. But yeah, no, apart from that, it's quite amazing. I'm like super happy, and it is very surreal, I have to say. Sometimes it's just like what is this little
Yeah.
creature, what
Yeah.
is it doing here? And
Yeah.
sucking up all of the attention like a miniature black hole.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
you're not competing for the attention at this point, are you?
No, that's kind of the whole point, is that like now there's a new center of all of the attention in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is very, very humbling in a way. But no, it's very cool. I definitely, I guess, would recommend with the caveat that like you kind of have to be in the right headspace for it. Like I wanted it for a really long time, so now I get to have it, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is spending more time with the baby though? You?
Well, it's both of us. Um, my wife's mom is visiting to help us out, so she's
Oh,
taking parts of it, which is nice. Because before it's like the two of us could totally do it, but you can't really do anything else. It's just that. So it's like, how am I gonna return back to work? I have no idea. Like, there's no way.
so you do like the diaper changing, the baby feeding,
Oh
and all
yeah,
of that.
oh yeah, the
You
whole
know
the
how to
whole
change that.
shebang.
You know
Yeah,
how to
well,
change a diaper now?
well, dude, like you learn in the first couple hours, because like, what are you gonna not do that? I mean, I was thinking about it yesterday because I knew that we're likely gonna be talking about it today,
Mm-hmm.
but the the kind of weird but probably apt comparison, I kind of had the same feeling as when I bought my first motorcycle, first and only. And you like, I took the course, I had some instruction, I had some practice time, like in a parking lot and on a
Mm-hmm.
highway.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the dealer and like you pick up the real deal, your own thing, and you like drive it off the lot. And it's like, now what? And you're like super cautious. I remember just like, driving at speed limit was like crazy scary, just getting home on that thing. And it's kind of the same, right? It's like, what do I even do? Like, how do I even hold her? Like, she seems so fragile. Like, I don't want to like mess anything up. Now it's just like,
Yeah,
and he's like,
yeah.
yeah, turn around, like do this, do that.
Oh, so
So
now
you
you're a
kind of,
pro.
I wouldn't say I'm a pro, but like you ease
Okay.
into it before you know it. So, you know.
Yeah, I think this is one of the things that I look forward to. I mean, I have nieces and nephews, so like I've had
Mm-hmm.
a bit of practice, but yeah, it's not my favorite thing to do for babies. I want
Hmm.
to be the guy with the candy, like the one who has like the sweet, fun playtime.
You want to be the cool uncle?
I like this. This is a good responsibility, No?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like enjoying other people's dogs. You get to pet them and play around with them, and then you go home and you don't have to clean up their messes or don't really have to do anything. So
I
it's really
mean,
good.
technically it lingers because then if when the parents want to go out, like you have to be the one to look after them,
Yeah, yeah.
and also you be the one that they tell all the stories to. It lingers. It's not that simple. This responsibility, it's not because they tell you the things they are unable to tell their parents, and you have to act cool. Even if you're freaking out, you cannot really freak out because then they don't tell you the next thing. So now you have to act cool and be like, agree to whatever they're saying so you can continue this gist.
Hmm.
And yeah, you also have to be very diplomatic about like sometimes you learn and then you have to warn the parents. It's a very delicate role. I don't think it's that easy. I,
No,
I s-
I wouldn't say that it's easy. I guess you're talking about when they're older, like when they're actually
yeah, like when they're
can
older.
talk and tell you stuff and actually have things happening in their life worth
You know?
telling other people.
Yeah, when they're
But
older,
that's
man.
like ways away for us anyway.
Yeah.
So,
What are you looking forward to? Like when she starts talking, what's the first thing kind of conversation you're looking forward to having?
oh, I have no idea. I just remember that like when my brother was little, he would like all kids at certain there's like a certain period when they're just started talking when they say like the funniest shit ever because they don't know any better. They just like blurt out whatever and it's hilarious. So that should be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, like really the whole thing. Like you can't
Yeah.
selectively just be like, I'm looking for that. It's like no, it's the entire thing, the whole
Yeah.
Sunday and the cherry on top.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I'm actually looking forward to some this type of feeling too. Like for me, I'm looking forward to like the tea parties. When they're like two, three, when they just talk about like the most random stuff and you go out in the little dress, those kind of things. I think it's gonna be really cute. And I can imagine you doing the same thing. So I hope I I don't know if I would say tease you about it or like ask you for pictures of it because I think it would be really cute. It would be really cute.
yeah,
Uh,
no, I think so too. So, but
I,
like again, all of that stuff is kind of further down the line right now. We're kind of working on it one day at a time.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
yeah, it's a massive change in life, that's for sure. And it's kind of like, it has been known in a very abstract sense, like for a while, for like 9 months, like
Mm-hmm.
that it's coming, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
And up until like the very last moment, it doesn't really even remotely hit you with how it actually is. And like, you're at the hospital right after, and like the nurses are telling you stuff, but like you haven't slept for 48 hours, and you're just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you bring her home, and it's like, okay, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Like freaking out about everything. So yeah,
How long were you in the hospital for, though?
uh, like 2 days, I believe. Not that long.
So it
They
was quick then. It was quick. She came quick.
well, I mean, the process took a while, but like after that, we stayed for like 48 hours, I believe, which is what they do for firstborns. I think if it's like a second, they let you off after like 24 hours because you're supposed to know what you're doing anyway. And yeah, it really didn't take that
I,
much time.
I have this question, yeah. I know that for me right now, I manage my schedule with like, regular daily as a at this level. I don't have like a wife and kids right now. And I used to imagine it like the kind of job we do, it's a job that you have you need a lot of concentration and to be organized. I think like but so I wonder how people who have like this type of responsibilities will be able to manage the time that it takes to concentrate and to actually get work done. Would you now consider going to the office to work? Or like, do you think you'll be able to concentrate having people who also want your attention around you? Like,
I think I would just consider retiring.
really? I mean,
Well,
I mean, if you can, that would be a nice thing to do. But I think the economy is the way it is right now, no?
yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, no, that's a valid, very, very valid concern. I think like I don't know how it's gonna play out. Again, once it's just gonna be just the two of us.
Mm.
I mean, we both work. I work from home. She runs her own business, so she can work from home whenever she wants. But at the same time, whenever things are happening, she needs to be there. And same for me. I mean, I'm more flexible. Like, okay, I have meetings and I have to do my tasks and whatever, but I can kind of shift them around the day. So if I need to take an interruption for something, I could. Um, so I guess we'll just have to see how it goes.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know. You start talking to your parents about when you were a tiny little baby, and they start telling you like all these stories about how, they had to like work or go to university all at the same time and like
Mm-hmm.
combine everything
Mm-hmm.
without having the modern, niceties of life and Amazon Prime and all of these things. And you're just like, oh, Jesus Christ, man, we have
Did
it
you,
easy compared to those guys.
did you just call Amazon Prime a necessity of life?
If you're a parent of a young child, Amazon Prime is freaking amazing because you need something, you get
Yeah,
it. Sometimes even the same day. It's just like there's no way to
yeah,
not
yeah.
use it. It's like you know, just a diaper subscription.
I
You
think you
just
should.
you just get them once a month because they go like cake, like
Yeah,
hot cakes. The
you
kids
could
do the
also add
things. It's like,
the Uber one. I think there is also the Uber one where you can actually like do the same day delivery, like Uber. You can
mm,
buy anything on Uber now. Did you know?
no, not really.
You know what? You know what? Uber should probably like sponsor this episode, but yeah. But for
I
sure, I think now you can buy like a lot of things on Uber,
they
and
oh well, I know that they do like package deliveries as well because I had to use it a couple of months ago. But I guess that makes sense. But you know, it's just we bought so much baby stuff on Amazon, and it just like I noticed that like for random things, like sometimes you get like 2 day delivery, whatever, but like baby stuff, it's like next day, first thing in the morning, or same day is usually
Yeah,
how they do it. And yeah, I mean, kids go through these diapers like crazy. It's like you
yeah.
change them. It's like I remember changing it like literally 3 times in a row.
Oh,
Yeah. You change her and she goes immediately, and then you change her again. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it again just for shits and giggles. And just like, well, what are you
yeah.
gonna do?
So, well, I mean, this is what I say. Like, I think it takes a lot of patience because at that point, you might as well just like let it be and like have some oxygen blowing around the part.
You would think that, but you know, people, everybody these days being talked about how they're all oppressed by various forces in our lifetime, but the kind of tyrant that a tiny baby is, like, you haven't met a tyrant until you have a child, because they can make you do whatever they want, and you're not gonna argue, and you can't argue. You can't really do anything except comply. So it's kind of funny, you know.
Tell me a story about this. Tell me a story about this. Like,
Well, I mean, it's not really a story. It's just like your baby's unhappy, and she's gonna let you know. And if you don't do anything about it, she's not gonna stop. Period. That's your life, you know.
what's the most recent tantrum that she has done?
It's not tantrums. I think tantrums is probably older, like kids who are like 3 years old, who are like not
Hmm.
well socialized. They throw tantrums. I think baby, they just express their discomfort. And at this stage, it's fairly straightforward. There's really only like a handful of things. It's like, I'm
Hungry?
tired, I'm hungry, I need my diaper changed, I'm uncomfortable, I have like gas or whatever. And like you kind of check them off one by one, and eventually one of those things is going to work and is going to be happy. And then you're going to learn, like you
Yeah.
start learning the noises they make and what they mean. But it's just going to be very persistent, you know? It's just like, yeah, she can be screaming for minutes at the time. You know, we have this little thing that like warms up milk, which again, speaking of all the technological things that make our lives easier. And somebody asks, like, does it warm it up fast? I'm like, well, that depends. If the baby's not crying, then it warms it up pretty fast. But if it is already crying, then you're just staring at it while it's doing its thing. And it's just like, oh my God, this is taking forever.
I mean,
So,
I mean, well, well, I I guess the question I was asking was like, if like, if some babies like attention, they like to be held, they like to be, to be touched, like they want to feel stuff.
mhm.
Sometimes they don't want to be by themselves. I
Yeah.
think for you, do you think like, is she is she the type of person that wants you to hold her a lot, or like, does she
Well,
cry if you don't? Like,
as they say, you get used to nice things pretty quick. So like the more you start doing it, the more they start demanding it in a way. And at the same time, it's like maybe it's not the people would say, oh, your baby is gonna get used to you holding her all the time, and then you can't really do anything because you have to hold her all the time. And it's like fair, but at the same time, do you not want to like give your baby the most comfort it can? I've been listening to these various podcasts on like parenting and whatnot, as one does,
mhm.
and they say how um, if you leave your baby unattended, like without contact and things like that, they develop like all these stress hormones, and they're like prone to like anxiety and depression in their teenage years. And it's like, I don't want that for my kid. Like, I want her to be happy, so I'm not gonna begrudge her holding her sometimes more than usual, maybe, or more than necessary, because it's all good.
Well, I mean, it's good, but maybe there's a science behind it. You don't think so?
Well, there is science behind it. It's just like I think in a modern life, people are kind of have been taught to prioritize their own comfort above everything else.
Hmm.
and babies are a very massive disruptor of that. And unless you like retool your brain to say like everybody else's comfort is like not even on a list right now, but people don't do that. There's a lot of people who like, oh, the kid's crying, but I have to be happy first so kid can cry.
Mm,
And it's
true.
like why do you even get a kid? Like it's not an accessory,
Mm-hmm.
for you to post on Instagram. It's like a whole new person. Why are you setting them up for worse start in life? So that's kind
Okay.
of my thinking on it.
Yeah. No, I mean, totally. I agree with you on this one. For sure. I think the one I was just asking about is like, I think sometimes like in this, at this stage, they get attached and then maybe like it could be like a bit, it take them a bit more time to be able to be by themselves, like be independent, if, especially if
Uh,
they like used to like you being around and stuff like this.
I think it's just socialization, because from what I understand, it's like they have to have some kind of safe place to return to. Like if they don't feel safe anywhere, then they're not gonna have the instinct to explore the world. Because in order to explore the world, they have to have a space that they can return to from that exploration, or if anything scares them or anything, they can always retreat. So first you have to develop that, and then they'll be secure in venturing out there and kind of trying to see what's out there and how it all works, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So at this age, this is building that, and then later on, it's like, okay, you can return here if anything goes wrong. Now go and climb some trees.
Fair enough. By the way, I wanted to ask you, like, do you still see me good? Because I thought like,
You're a bit blurry. I'm not sure why. I think the plugin blurred out you. I don't know. I'm running it on my prompter, so your face is very tiny. Let me move it to
hold
the
on.
screen. No, it's okay. I think it's okay.
Okay, because it seems like I can't really see myself. But
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
could see me, I guess we can continue.
yeah. Uh, oh well, you know. Yeah. I think it looks okay.
Okay, okay, yeah. Anyway, that's what I was trying to talk about, but I think it's a different thing. I think for sure you have to be a supportive person. And you know what I was learning today?
Mm.
Actually, it's funny because we are talking about this now. Today, I was having a conversation with someone, and we were talking about family, about how like um parents could be. I guess what I was saying to him was I'm afraid of what kind of parent I'm gonna be, and that's because I know that everyone makes mistake as a parent, but what type of mistake are you gonna make? Like, because sometimes like the mistakes get like um different level degree of
Mm.
stuff. So some of it you
Hmm.
can fix easily in therapy. Some you just carry it out for the rest of your life like this.
There's that Gen Z speak again.
Vasili, therapy is serious stuff. It's serious business, and it's good. I used to
It's
feel
so
like
serious. It's so serious. They never want you to quit. It's like if
this
they
is
fix if they
this
fix
is
all of your
therapy too.
problems, you stop being a paying customer. So there's this clear conflict of interest there.
True, but you also know, like for me, I've come to realization that therapy is different, has different forms. It's not just like you paying someone to do therapy, but this is a different conversation entirely. Yeah, let's not digress.
I just had to poke a little jab at it, just for funsies.
Yeah. So I mean, so yeah, so I was thinking. Then he said to me like, everyone is gonna make mistakes, but I guess it depends on like what kind of mistake are you gonna make. So for you now, do you feel like you already know, or like you're not even thinking about it now because it's early, right? Like, do you already know what you would do differently in terms of like um parenting?
Yeah, we actually had that conversation, and it was kind of the contrast between, you know, from biological point of view,
Hmm.
and just the amount of energy and whatnot. It's much easier to have kids when you're like in your early 20s, you know, like my parents' generation back there, most people had their kids when they were like 19 years old. When you're basically, by
Hmm.
today's standard, you're basically a kid yourself at this point in this society. Over there in that society at the time, that was really far removed from the truth. People got mature very early on due to external
Hmm.
circumstances. So 19 was basically like a fully grown adult. But you just have more energy. You can tolerate lack of sleep better. But from all of these things, like you haven't even had a chance to reflect on like how your parents parented you and like what mistakes they were doing and what the things
Hmm.
you want to avoid. You
Hmm.
kind of just like, so you're probably more prone of doing dumb things or like just repeating their own mistakes, kind of like just propagating some of the stuff. So on one hand, it's definitely disadvantaged biologically to have kids in your 40s, as myself. Uh, Sooner would have been better, but at the same time, I had plenty of time to reflect on my life and the kind of things that I thought were really bad from my parents, and try to not do those. And I understand that there's probably going to be some stuff that I would do that like I can't predict obviously what that's going to be.
Hmm.
But for now, the idea is not to kind of freak out about like like I was just thinking, it's like, why would you proactively freak yourself out about potential mistakes you might make before you even like remotely close to having kids? Isn't it kind of silly?
I know, I know. For me, I think it's silly to be honest because I'm stressing about something I've not even done yet. Like
Exactly. And
but
you're just
yeah,
gonna give yourself anxiety, and when the moment comes, it all just gonna coming back instead of like trying to have fun with it. I mean, there's only so many really terrible things that you could do. Everything else,
mhm.
yeah, there are obviously things like with my parents that I kind of, if I remember that, I was like, ah, man, that was such a dick move. But, ultimately nobody died, so how bad could it really be?
Well, that's a very valid point. Like we're here now. We're here now. But anyway, I guess I was just curious about this. Um, I'm asking you all the questions that I would ask myself as a
Yeah,
dad
no, fair
sometimes.
enough. I mean, I only have like 1 month worth of dad experience. So to a person with 0 months, I'm like an authority.
Yeah, you are
but,
actually because you're living it.
but it's kind of funny. Like parents, they like tell you how to do things, and it's like, yeah, but you did it 40 years ago. Like, how much of it is really relevant?
That's true.
You
Do they?
know?
How do you deal with that?
And yeah, as I mentioned, like honestly, like not having any technology at your disposal at when like I was a baby,
Hmm.
it's like, oh my god, we have it so much easier. And it's funny, right? Because like they had it considerably harder, but they had it much easier compared to like their parents' generation. At least like my parents' generation, like they probably had like electric irons and washing machines eventually, whereas the parents like didn't have those things. My mom has this antique iron where you literally put hot coals into it and it
Hmm.
has like a
It's a
little a
cool
little
lion.
spout. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
cool lion. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like, my grandparents probably had to, whatever the alternative to diapers were. It's just like, man,
Towels.
baby
Yeah.
goes through those like, I don't know, like 20 a day, easy. Well, not maybe 20, but like pretty much. And if you don't have anything disposable that you can just throw out, and you constantly have to like wash and dry and iron things, and you don't even have an electric iron, and you're like, you're fucked. Now
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, one click, tomorrow morning a whole box arrives. Knock yourself out. You want to use
Yeah.
five of them at a time? Like, be
Yeah.
my guest. They're cheap.
Yeah.
And you know, we have these like wet wipes to clean the baby after she does her business, and it's like they're in the like the wet wipes, whatever. But in the middle of the night, they're cold. Whenever we wipe her, she would like wake up and cry because you're being wiped with cold, wet thing. It's unpleasant.
Yeah,
We're like,
yeah.
Amazon deliver tomorrow a wipe warmer that just sits there and warms up the wipes so they come out warm and you can just do it. Like
Oh,
again, like all these tiny things that we have, the machine that like washes the bottles. I even saw a machine, like we went to the baby store and there's like a machine. It's kind of like a coffee machine for babies, only you like pour the dry formula in the top and then you press a button and it like mixes you the required amount and
that's
pours it
it.
into a bottle. Yeah. So there's all kinds of things like the video monitors. We can put her
Yeah.
upstairs and go downstairs and like watch TV and have her kind of, if she starts crying, we can know about it immediately. So it's like all of these things that are just make your life so much easier. And people, what I was gonna say is like we have it this much easier compared to our parents, and even easier compared to our grandparents. But it feels like people bitch about it like progressively more compared to our parents and grandparents.
I think so. And I think the reason for this is because um the level of responsibility is different. Like I feel like I mean, it's an assumption. I feel like they have more time in their hands to actually do these things. Like they were more dedicated to it. For in our generation, I feel like
I
you have to
don't
take
know.
time off work, and at times, like you have to do this while you're working too. Like imagine, like if you have to go to work and change diaper at 5 p.m. or like while you're at a meeting.
More like 5 a.m.
Yeah, like if you're in a meeting and then everything is going good and someone knocks at your door and like, oh, you gotta attend to the baby now. So
Yeah.
I think this.
But again, that's the thing too. You could be just working from home, and if somebody knocks on your door and you need to attend to the baby for 10 minutes, you can just do it, right? So even that is easier.
I guess so. In a
Whereas
way.
before, you don't have a cell phone. If somebody wants to call you at work, that's like a big deal. So people just had it's like, well, I can't reach your parent, other one. I'll have to just manage it by myself. There's like no internet, nowhere to look stuff up, and yeah, it's much easier these days. But you know, I guess in terms of responsibility, I guess you're right. If you go like a couple of generations back, maybe I don't know, 100 years back, it's like, well, damn, child mortality is high. I better make 10 of them in case five of them die. I still have spares. So the whole, how you relate to having a kid is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Yeah.
the whole, it's gonna sound blasphemous. The whole Kubernetes thing, like the pets versus cattle mentality. It's kind of like that. It's like you
Well,
have 10 kids, something might happen to some of them.
oof.
That's tragic and
Knock on the
unfortunate, but
table,
that's
knock
how
on the
it
table,
is.
knock on the table.
Yeah. But now you have one, so obviously you're gonna be freaking out way more. And you might have two if you're lucky. Uh, we have a family living in our complex, and they have
Mhm.
like four. And it's like, how do they do it with four? They're all like different age too, so they like
Mhm.
probably like
I
right
mean, maybe
after
they
the
like a
other.
big family. Some people like a big family.
Right, but it's just like a husband and wife and four kids. I don't really see really anybody there with those kids, so I think the wife stays at home, the husband works, and they somehow manage it just fine. The kids play around, they seem happy.
Yeah.
The mom doesn't seem like she's a zombie with like dark circles under her eyes. They
Yeah,
seem
she's
to be
doing
doing
good.
just fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
she's doing good. Like,
Just
I
like,
mean,
what is your secret?
right. Maybe she has a system, or maybe she's just lucky. I don't know. Maybe she's
Yeah.
just good at hiding it because I think somehow, like, like I know it must be something, right? Like, um, having more than one, it's a lot of responsibility. I'm just coming from like my own perspective, like in this age where everyone
Hmm.
has to do everything at the same time. Nobody really gets the luxury of like I'm dedicating this, except if you actually have this privilege, like you can afford to dedicate this amount of years to like parenting, and then just do parenting alone.
But
But
isn't it kind of like our own doing that we did that?
I don't know. Do you think so? I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, it's been going a certain way for 1,000 years, and then all of a sudden it changed into something completely different. So obviously it
Yeah.
was us.
I mean, it is us indeed. Like if you put it like that, yeah, I agree. Like, but I think it's just the way life turned around. I don't know who to hold responsible for this really. Like, who would you hold? The government? Like, who would, how, how did we get here?
That's an entirely different conversation, and my role of tinfoil hat is downstairs in the kitchen. So
Yeah, like, I don't know how we got here, but yeah, it's true. I think we are responsible for a lot of things that we now complain about as a human, uh, just
mhm.
in general, like especially here in the West, we're responsible for a lot of things that we complain about. But it is what it is. We you keep continuing to do our best, and that's only what we can. And me, I'm looking forward to how you use this opportunity as a learning moment for like to share knowledge to people like us who are like learning that is yeah, how do you say like upcoming because
Perspective.
perspective, yeah, that's a good
Yes.
word.
Yeah.
Because like I find like the thing I would like to experience, I would like to really like learn is would be how to manage the emotional part of it alongside with the um mental psychological part of it because
Yeah. No, it's definitely, you definitely have to pace yourself, but sometimes you can't because again, the baby's demands will be met regardless, at your own expense every single time.
mm-hmm,
Like there were days where I was like, well, I guess there's no breakfast for me today because I just don't have time to make it, or there's no lunch and there's no dinner, and it's just like, well, what are you gonna do? You know, the priorities are what they are. And if you fall into the cycle and stop taking care of yourself as well, that's not a good thing for anyone either. So, um, but it is like a teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kobe.
It's a team project. So just make sure that you pick your teammates carefully. Unlike the team projects at
Mm,
school, where like one person does all the work and everybody else is
mm,
sitting on their ass. Like
mm.
do not allow for that to
Yeah,
happen, or you're gonna have a
yeah,
bad time.
yeah. I think that's
Yeah,
really important. Like
yeah,
having a choosing your teammate carefully. But I guess,
yeah,
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 that's a deep one to be honest. Like if you deep that, like, cause cause that's like in the beginning. Like you never even know how people will be with this kind of
yeah.
project.
And the weird thing, you can't even tell. I don't think that you can tell. People can say
Hmm.
things, and then reality comes and it's just entirely different,
Exactly.
whether good or bad. I think in my case it was good because it was never like, anyway, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but it turned out to be very different from kind of the ideas that I had for both of us. So you never
Ah,
know.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Honestly, this is like the biggest project ever, and this is a lifetime one.
yeah. That's what I was saying. It's like a big project. It's gonna take a lot of my a lot of my efforts, but we'll try to keep this thing going. I think that after a month it stabilized a little bit so that there are opportunities to snag an hour here or there. So we'll
Okay.
keep
Okay.
chatting about
Yeah.
various things and see
Yeah.
how it goes.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's see.
Yeah, let's do that. Well, I probably gotta go run, change a diaper or something, Mo. So
Well, I'm sending you courage, lots of love, and all the motivation that you need for
thank
this.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Congratulations, Vasili.
Thank you again.
I'm really happy for you, for sure.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you. Uh,
yeah.
I'm very excited. I'm very happy. So I hope that everybody who's going through something similar will have that level of excitement and happiness for it because it's
It's a good thing.
it's
Good
really
thing.
cool. So yeah,
Yeah.
for all of us that are watching, which after YouTube drastically penalized everything for not uploading for a month is probably going to be not too many. We are happy that you're here, and we'll see you in the next one.
All
Thank
right.
you and have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.